Well, Aurelio, congratulations. As we said, 1-from-1 to start your Melbourne City career. What did you make of your side's performance across the 90?
I think we mentioned at the beginning of the game about we wanted to see the intent, and we certainly saw that. I thought right from the first minute, we were very aggressive. Our pressing was, I wouldn't say perfect, but it was very, very good. And there's still a lot of things that we need to work on, but very happy, very pleased for their performance. It's probably something you would expect to bounce after what happened last week. So now the focus is on doing it again.
It looked like, I think you mentioned yesterday that it wasn't going to be complicated tonight. You were going to send them out to do the simple things right, and it looked like that was the case. Were you pleased? It sounds like you were pleased, though, with their execution of that and their application in that setup.
No, yeah, 100%. I don't think we had not one passenger tonight, and so that was really important. And even when we were out of position, caught on the counter on a couple of occasions, the intent of them chasing back and try to get behind the ball and win it again and be aggressive was always there to see. I think we had some moments probably in that last 15 minutes that I wouldn't say hairy, but we started to get a little bit stretched. We had to make some substitution, and once you make the substitutions, quite a few of them, you just tend to lose a little bit of momentum.
Steven Agarkovic tonight looked like he was controlling things. You mentioned back to basics. How crucial was he tonight, and how important is he going to be going forward? Yeah,
look, they're all important. He had a great game. Hamza had an awesome game as well, and it's key. The way we want to play, we need to get those guys on the ball as much as possible, and allow them to provide the opportunities for the boys in the front. And the three boys up the front until we made the changes were excellent. They didn't stop working. They really gave us a bit of an injection for everyone to have a bit of confidence and win the ball back aggressively.
Jamie tonight, obviously he works his socks off constantly, but he hadn't been able to find the back of the net so far this season. He gets that goal just after half-time. How important is that going to be for him, not just because he scored a goal, but just for him mentally after a tough week as skipper? He's a striker. He's got that goal. He can build on it from here.
Yeah. You know what strikers are like. They need to score. Even in training sessions, if they don't bag half a dozen, they get a little bit angry. But the way we set up our second goal was a great play, and what I liked about that phase there was Marin. Normally wingers or people in that position probably would have had a shot, but the commitment of Ali on the opposite side and Macca to run into the box to get to the end of it, and then Marin was very unselfish to play him that ball. And that's what strikers need.
I mean, Marin sort of felt like that was perhaps his best game in a City shirt since he's arrived here.
Oh, really?
What did he do that worked so well in what you asked him to do tonight, in your opinion?
I think we sort of fixed his position from what I saw in the last couple of games. And when he has the freedom and especially when he's on one-on-one, he's very clever. And he got him behind a couple of times, and I think he still has a lot more to grow. He still has, a good 20% to get out of him. He can get into really good positions. He can get into positions where he can shoot. And that'll be another, probably a bigger thought for everyone is getting into the front of the 25 metres in front of the goal, that we need to, I wouldn't say take a risk, but we need to take the opportunities to have a shot. I got a little bit cranky with Steve 5 minutes before he scored the goal because he had an opportunity to have a hit from outside the box and he didn't. And then a few minutes later when he did, we got the goal.
I mean, forgive me for stating the obvious, but after copping 6 last week, a clean sheet tonight, obviously huge for the boys building on this. Was that key to your messaging tonight? Just don't concede?
No, we did not speak about anything like that. Our focus was, we still have to respect a very, very good Sydney team, and but our focus was on what we needed to do. And if we do what we're doing tonight, we're going to create chances. And we still got a fair bit of work to do in the defensive phase for sure, and positionally as well. I'm still not, it is only one game, but there's a lot of points in terms of our position that we need to be a little bit smarter. We need to move a little bit quicker to get into position. Then we don't have so many problems and not so many gaps. But again, that's a work in progress. We'll go back now and review it again on Monday and prepare. And the more information we give them, and again, we don't have a lot of time where we can train, but we do a hell of a lot of video. So the more they pick up, the better it's going to be for us.
How will you strike the balance between, I guess, the way you want them to want the boys to play, but obviously with the two challenges that you got coming up this week with the Asian Champions League and then your next game in the A-League?
Exactly the same. I know. I think if you start, the beauty we have, we don't have to travel this week, which is great. But my intention is to keep playing the way we're playing tonight and to improve on that. So whether it's Wednesday against Buriram in Champions League or the following week against Macarthur, it's going to be the same way. We can't deviate from doing that.
You spoke about before this game, you just wanted to take it back to basics just to get the win tonight. But now that you've got a bit of time to work on your philosophy, is it more that you want to reinvent the wheel or just kind of fix a few things and keep it kind of how it was in the previous tenure?
Yeah. The game is pretty simple. Sometimes being a coach, you can complicate things. So we made it really simple in everything that we were trying to do. And it wasn't back to basics, but if you got your basics right and do the small things well, then the rest will follow. So I'm still not happy with a lot of our passing, but it's only one game and a couple of training sessions. So if I see that over the last couple of days and today, I know they're going to improve very quickly.
Really, as a new gaffer coming in, you've had a couple of days on the track to prepare for this game, ACL midweek, and then another game on the weekend. Does that make it easier or harder for you? Do you prefer having these games to work on things, or would you rather be on the training track?
I think it's a little bit twofold, Joey. That I would prefer a bit more training time, especially, especially being new, to work on more things. But on the other side, the players, they don't want to train; they just want to play. But last week, for example, we weren't able, because they've been travelling a fair bit. We weren't able to have really intense training sessions, but we did put one in early at the beginning of the week, just as a starting point, and I think that helped. The boys said that they actually felt quite good today, so we got to keep chipping away, and it's hard to do when you've got the midweek games, and then the following week we're going to be travelling. So the schedule is pretty tough. So hopefully we can get a couple of the boys back from injury as well, to give us more numbers. So look, it'll still be tricky for sure, but right now we should be pleased with what we did. We have to enjoy it as well. It's all about the players on a night like this, so they should enjoy themselves and then get ready. Summer training tomorrow, and we'll come back on Monday as a group and get ready for Wednesday night.
And I guess just the last one from me before I hand to someone else. Do you have any extra injury concerns coming out of this one? And who are you planning? Is anybody coming back for that Buriram game?
No one will come back, and we got a couple of knocks tonight, so that's why we had to make a couple of early substitutions. So let's see how they pull up tomorrow, and then we have a Sunday off, and then we're going to regroup on Monday and assess it from there. Thank you, guys. Thank you.